if you're a coach or a mentor or a facilitator or a healer or a marketer of any kind around personal brands, and you're sick of inconsistency, you're sick of having clients that aren't fucking dream clients, and you're sick of feeling like there's this obligation to have to show up in a certain way, then there's one core lesson that I have for you. But firstly, we're gonna take in this fucking view, because the world is just absolutely fucking gorgeous, and you have to stop to look at that. Come on. All right, so inconsistency, lack of dream clients, and obligated to show up. What do these three things have in common? You're wearing a mask. You found a strategy that works for you. And that's the most dangerous thing that you could do, because you find this mask that you can wear that gets your results. So you're like, fuck, I better keep the mask on. So then what ends up happening is you get all of this validation in your business by signing up new clients, by making a bunch of money and all the rest of it. But then one day you wake up and you're like, I don't want to wear this fucking mask. So then what ends up happening is you experience your inconsistency. That's why you do 10 grand, 20, 30 grand one month, and then the next month you're struggling to make ends meet. And you're on this perpetual roller coaster in your business. And the reason is because you're wearing this mask to make the strategy work. Now, obviously I'm not going to say, hey, instead of getting the strategy that works, get the strategy that doesn't work. Of course, I'm not going to say that. But let's address the second point. The second point is not having dream clients that light your entire soul on fire. You see, having dream clients, absolute dream clients that adore you for who you are, is probably the best thing that you could ever experience in your business. Because the level of respect that they have for you and the level of honor that they have for you, the way that they treat you and the level of results that they get, you've had this before, I'm sure. You've had one or two, right? It's out of this freaking world. And what it means is that when you've got dream clients, it's a really good indicator that they've hired you for the essence of who you really are. And if they're hiring you for the essence of who you really are, guess what you get to do? And if anything, you have to do every single time you show up to them. Well, you just be the essence of who you truly are. It's literally that easy. You literally rock up to your coaching calls, you rock up to your events, and you just be you. It's the easiest fucking thing possible. Now, the last one is obligations. You have all of these obligations. You have this feeling of, I've got to produce content. I better get this next reel out. I better make sure, I commit to doing an email every week. I better make sure that I get this email out every week. I've got this coaching call that I've got to run. I've got this group thing. I've got this webinar. I've got this, and this. All of these three things, the inconsistency, the lack of dream clients, and your obligations, your feeling of a lack of freedom, they all come down to the fact that you're wearing a mask. You have been told that you have to be a certain way to get a certain result. And the reason that a lot of this is actually occurring is because you've fallen for the Matrix's narrative. You've fallen for what I call the entrepreneurial matrix, which is the belief systems that there's a certain way that you have to do things. You fell for that trap. And the reason that you likely fell for that trap, if we're to be really honest with each other right here, the reason that you probably fell for that trap is because of your internal wounds that you've got that still need a little bit of work. And that's fine, because I have them too. What I mean by this is you've got abandonment and worthiness wounds that are still activated and still dictating the way that you run your business. What does this mean? This means that you want to follow all the rules so you don't lose, be abandoned, so you don't lose your clients and you don't lose your business. You have to hustle, you have to work in a certain way, you have to fulfill all of these obligations and all the rest of it. You have to do all of these things or else you're not worthy. But a really interesting thing happens when we start healing all of this. We remove the mask and we allow ourselves to be the fullest expression of who we really are in business and create strategies that infuses this into our business. When all of this comes together, we enter what I call Flowtopia, which is where you wake up each day and you flow. You do whatever it is that your fullest heart's desire is here to do, because that's what your business's growth is built around. Some people think, oh, I built my business and despite having the business, I also get the freedom. Well, I'm telling you, you can actually build your business based off all of this freedom, not despite the freedom that you have. You can not just win in business despite having all the freedom and not having to do fuck all work and not having to deal with clients that don't light you up and all the rest of it. You can win in business because of all of that. You can win in business because you're the person that has the internal freedom to just be whoever the fuck you are, whenever the fuck you want to be. Life gets to be that good. And the only thing stopping you from seeing that life truly actually gets to be that good is everything that's going on in here and in here. Right? And that's okay. You're a human fucking being. You'd be a bit of a fucking weirdo if you didn't have that shit to process, right? You'd be a little bit strange if you didn't have it. We all have that stuff. So my invitation to you is to really sit back after this video and to look at your business and actually go, fuck, is every element of this exactly what I want? And notice the little voices that come up when you say that. Is every single element of this exactly how I want it? A lot of people, when I ask them that, will go, oh no, but like, let's also be realistic. And oh no, but you also have to sacrifice things. And oh no, but I mean, I'm not just gonna whine about need it to be perfect and all the rest of it. Interesting fucking conditioning you've got, if that's what's going on in your mind. So again, get off this video, sit back, ask yourself, is every element of my business exactly how I want it to be? Is the way that I show up, like me in this video, for example, for me, is this exactly how you want to show up, right? Is the way that your business runs, the clients that you work with, and the consistency or lack of consistency that you have, is it exactly how you want it to be? And if not, stop making excuses for yourself and being realistic and telling yourself that you can't have it, and realize that when you have it, when you allow yourself to have that freedom, is actually when it'll grow like never before. Check out this view and I'll see you on the next one. Life gets to be as good as you let it be.